This one was pretty big, with dozens of local marches organized across the country on the same day. It was a march in support of President Trump, who had been receiving death threats on a regular basis from members of the progressive left. It was meant to inspire and show support to a controversial figure, the supporters of whom felt that he was underappreciated. Reports of injuries and arrests flew around social media throughout the day. Violence between Trump supporters and Antifa protesters happened at many of these events. The one event I want to look at in particular this day, though, is the violence that happened in none other than Berkeley, California. From this place, a short but important video clip emerged. It depicted a man wearing a Texas flag hoodie, a gas mask, and a baseball helmet, an American flag wooden shield, and a stick the size of a baseball bat. Here's the video. Sound removed. This person was revealed to be 41-year-old Kyle Chapman, a commercial driver and a Trump supporter. He was arrested and had his gear confiscated at the March for Trump event, but was bailed out with money raised by right-wingers online, who had been busy making memes and having Photoshop battles of Base Stickman, as he came to be known. Base Stickman, who had little social media experience at all, would become one of the many icons of this movement, and would frequently show up to future rallies and receive attention therefrom. The discussion around Base Stickman on the right is important, just as the discussion of punching Richard Spencer on the left was important. The video clearly showed that the victim of the stick breaking was an Antifa member who was already engaged in combat and acting aggressively. The mainstream line of thinking on the right after this event changed from non-violence even if violence is used against you so we can show the world that we are better than them, to violence in self-defense because they started it and because we won't let them beat us down again and again. I know that some would disagree with me, but I personally saw this shift as the beginning of a slippery slope towards discrediting ourselves. There was also another nationwide pro-Trump event like this one on March 25th. However, new faces and new ideas didn't emerge from this one, at least as far as I can tell. Another big event came, again in Berkeley, a free speech rally this time, on April 15th. This one introduced a few new characters and developments to the scene. First up, there's a higher-than-normal escalation of violence from this one. In particular, the fact that several M80 explosives were hurled from the Antifa side of the police barricade towards the free speech side of the police barricade. Video courtesy of Tim Pool.
Stop the bleeding first! Stop the bleeding! Oh,
don't want to get tangled in that. M80! Somebody from the Antifa side just threw an M80 into the crowd. So during the fighting, there was about 7 M80s thrown into the crowd from the Antifa side. One of them landed next to an old woman who fell down trying to get away from it. I'm wondering if you or I know you don't speak for the entire group, but do you condemn the throwing of fireworks at people?
Well, the revolution isn't fucking easy. I mean, I got kneed in the face, pepper sprayed in the eye, and some guy tried hitting my head against a rock. And he was ready to fucking make America great again with that. So I guess that's sort of what we're trying to defend ourselves against. These people are coming in and they're trying to take away our rights, and they're passing legislation to take away our rights, and we're here to tell them that that's not fucking okay. They're here trying to posture up and say, oh look, we're so big and powerful, look at our movement, and we're telling them, no, you're not fucking welcome here.
Looks like Base Stickman is being arrested. What are you being arrested for?
I don't know. For being an American and for being a patriot. Self-defense.
So that was Kyle Chapman.
We love you, Base Stickman! That's him.
To my knowledge, we still don't know 100% for sure who threw the many explosives. But going by what I saw on Tim Pool's livestream, love that guy, we can be reasonably sure that an Antifa member threw the explosives. I mention this because I want to draw attention to the humanity of this summer in its entirety. It's a scary feeling to see that the people defending your right to speak openly are having explosives thrown at them. It's a scary feeling to know from practicality that milk is the best solution if you get hit with pepper spray. It's a scary feeling watching event after event waiting for people to start dying. Many people thought that an actual civil war or an actual race war would be the inevitable result of all the escalations in violence. In the same way I can't do justice to the anti-war movement or the civil rights movement because I didn't live it. I don't expect people born after this to be able to do justice to what it really felt like to live through the free speech movement. Anyway, on to new characters from this event. First up, there's a video of a college-age girl with dreadlocks wearing the black Antifa uniform in a fight with a grown man wearing a blue-collared shirt. This happens to be the same person that Tim Pool talked to. Here's the video. This one, for whatever reason, went viral. With all the hours of video from each of these events, it's hard to say why this particular case of violence, or why any particular case of violence, became spread around a lot online. After the video spread around, since most of her face was uncovered, people on 4chan's poll board were quickly able to find her name and Facebook account. She became sort of a hero to the progressive left in a similar way to how Base Stickman was a hero to the right. Her story isn't over yet, though. There were many attempts by people online to identify members of Antifa who were caught on camera committing crimes and report findings to police. People on 4chan were usually the leaders in this. The girl in this video wasn't wearing a good enough mask to hide her identity, but to my knowledge, she was not charged with any crime. People online, however, did connect the dots and find some porn videos of her online. From these videos, and her dreadlocks, she earned the nickname Moldylocks. This year was a journey.